So why are we home educating? When we ask people that question, and we do ask them all, there are generally two answers. The most common one is disappointment with the school system. Disappointment for one of three reasons. They're not teaching what we believe, they're not meeting the child's needs, and the last one, of course, remember that socialization is about bullying. If you take a closer look at the answers, the three reasons that we get for people being disappointed with the school system actually reflect our human composition of spirit, as in they're not teaching what we believe, soul, they're not meeting the child's needs, and body, the children are being bullied. Using this perspective in reasoning, we can say that the regular school system is a complete failure. The reason for home educating that I appreciate and approve of the most is when people say that they were called to educate their children, that they're doing so in obedience to God, that they're really truly convicted in their hearts that this is what God is asking them to do with their children. I believe this really has to be the main reason. I'll tell you what motivated me. A long time ago, I was gazing upon the most remarkable miracle, the birth of my little baby girl, who is now home educating for children of her own, and realized the enormity of my responsibility for properly raising this child. I suddenly started getting panicky because if I was going to lead my children, I should really know where I was leading them. I realized I would have one chance to do a good job, and that in order to do so, I needed to be able to clearly distinguish between right and wrong. I wasn't a Christian at the time, but I certainly believed that there was going to be a day of reckoning. I believed that someday I'd stand before God and render an account for what I had done with that child, or that I would be staring right back into what I had done. That was my big motivator, and it sent me on a journey that continues today. Fast forwarding, having discovered faith, we ended up home educating because when we sought God as to what we should do respecting the education of our children, we were convicted that we should teach them ourselves at home all the time. You have to understand that this was a very big stretch for a public school teacher. But my commitment to God was greater than my commitment to the school way of doing things. Besides, I was inside that system and I did not like what I was seeing. When I looked further into this by studying Scripture, I got the same message. Parents are directed to teach their children. There is no place in Scripture that instructs us to send our children to professionals, and certainly no opportunity, dads in particular, to foist that responsibility onto others. Raising, training, and teaching children has always ultimately been the parent's responsibility. Parents will answer for what they have done or not done. No excuses, no negotiation will be permitted when we stand before Him who has given us this responsibility.